Howdy folks, I'm Scoryth, Crimson Renegade. Welcome back to Destiny 2. I'm doing another solo mission here. I wasn't really planning on doing this episode or recording this, but I thought, you know what, I'm here, I got my recording set up, ready to go. Why not go ahead and show it? I'm going to go ahead and show you what getting the Striker subclasses are going to be like. So just like always, going to go to Earth, go up here to the north of the EDZ, and you see European Dead Zone, Arc Icon, select just like I did when I got the Void subclass for my Warlock, and with the exception of the story itself, what the model, the lit up models are going to say, what Ghost says is all going to be the same, because it's my first time actually getting a new subclass. And the only reason I'm doing this is because, as you saw in the last episode, apparently you can't have two broken relics. You have to have gotten your subclass, your second subclass, where you can get the third relic. So now I gotta go try to find another loot cache and get my third subclass relic again.
This forest again. Well, I can't say our last visit wasn't memorable. Let's see what we can find.
As you can see, it's the same area as before. Going into the Dark Forest. Like I said, all the subclass missions are going to be the exact same as far as where you go and what you do. The difference is the first time the first subclass you do is going to be the fall, and the second subclass is going to be another group of enemies. I'm not going to tell you who it is because we haven't actually encountered them in the main story yet. But other than some dialogue changes and the from what both Ghost says and what your teaching lessons are, the subclass missions are pretty much the same. Just go through.
Gotta love the ambiance. Hey, do you see that? Over there, the light.
You are a guardian of the last city. You are the hope for humanity. Some doctrines argue that the role of a Titan is to stand in defense of the city. The Strikers see a crackling offense as the best of defense. Strikers throw their bodies at incoming fire so others won't have to. It's also the most direct line to a target. Because you see, when a Striker turns her entire body into a projectile, no one is truly safe. And at close quarters, a fist is better than any gun.
Alright. You can clearly tell that's Zavala talking.
As a Titan, you lead the charge. You are the first into the fray. The body is made from tiny stuff, from near nothings. From atoms swimming through a blood of crackling sparks. Simple eternal laws shape the universe. The largest galaxy is ruled by principles of mass and motion. Electrons are slaves to charge and to chance, and this is why the universe feels inexhaustible, eternal. The light allows us to master charge and chance. Wielding arc energy in their fists, Strikers become the roar of thunder, the crash of lightning.
And as always, everyone here is always a Cabal.
Some of the greatest Titans have defined the charge. Lord Shax, Saint 14, Wei Ning.
When my ghost found me, when I was reborn as a Titan, she found me in a desert. I had died far from civilization, far from anything I could have possibly used to defend myself. I had the armor she made me, flimsy as it was, and 1,000 miles to walk to get to what she said was my new home. Of course, we ran into problems.
I assume it's probably Wei Ning talking because I know obviously Lord Shax is a male, and I'm assuming Saint 14 is probably a male as well. Saint 14, you might those who had played Destiny 1, there's actually a helmet called the Helm of Saint 14, that was actually a defender type helmet that actually boosted. I think it actually boosted the duration of Ward of Dawn, or it boosted the effects of like Weapons of Light or Blessing of Light. I forget exactly which one it does. Either way, it helped you. No, I think so. Actually, I think Helm of Saint 14 actually cause enemies to go blind if they get inside the Ward of Dawn. Either way, it was a defender's helmet, is what it was. Helm of Saint 14 was obviously the Titan he was just talking about, and I assume the female that we're hearing talk is Wei Ning, because obviously we know Lord Shack sounds like, because he's alive. Yeah, I really don't have to show you guys. I know I really didn't have to show you guys this. Me getting the Striker subclass here, because I've already shown you what the Voidwalker subclass getting that looks like. Because and it's going to look exactly the same again because of like I said, the everything, the dialogue, everything, the enemies are all the same. The only difference is going to be what is said by the lessons and what subclass I'm getting. I'm obviously going to be getting Arctis, and I'll be getting the Striker subclass. I sent another rock spinning like crazy. That's just amusing.
I think these light projections might be lessons.
Bandits first, with guns scavenged from who knows where. My second death was terrifying. But I got back up, and the night sky sparkled overhead, and the man that killed me stared aghast. And I laughed. Immortal. Me. I could do anything, so I threw myself at him. If my body couldn't be broken, then that was my greatest weapon. Greater than any gun that could jam or knife that could dull. Each punch and charge and kick would only sharpen my skills. I taught the strikers this truth. The fastest and surest way to a Guardian's victory is to rush headlong into that danger. Be unafraid. You are the lightning, and the thunder after it.
Alright.
With strikers at the full, the Red Legion cannot hope to stand against us. We are the Titans of the last city. We are strikers, and we will not be stopped.
Alright, just one more to go, I think.
I hear the roar before I see him, but when I look up, I can make out a blue burst against the skyline. When he falls, he brings the sky with him. He scatters me and my squad to the wind, leaves us dead as the moment our ghosts found us. They bring us back, and he helps us up. Then he says one thing. He said, "Tell me what you've learned."
Who is he? Is he Zavala? Is he Shax? Who is the he that this lady is referring to?
Another shard of the Traveler. We're not alone.
Alright, just like before, gotta clear out all the enemies here before I can actually start utilizing my next subclass, so I'll try to make it as quick as possible. Picked up some new weapons here, so I'm a little out of shape on how to use a pulse rifle and an assault rifle. I've been using a hand cannon so long, especially on my warlock that is now 20. I have an exotic hand cannon called the Sunshot that I wear out. don't know where the shots are coming from, so I don't know which side of the shield to use as defense. Okay.
This shard called us here. I'm sure of it.
Alright, I'm going to pick up all the ammo first. And get ready to see the Striker subclass once again. You saw it in the... Well, okay, you didn't see mine, but you saw Zeraphia. If you watched her episode, she saw her use, because that's what she started with in the Homecoming mission. Those of you who played Destiny 1 and either haven't played Destiny 2 yet or maybe not familiar with it yet, the Striker is very similar to the way it used to be in the first game. The difference being, whereas the Fist of Havoc was a one-time use, it's now more like a form, like the Gunslinger or the Sunbreaker. You actually have it for a certain amount of time, and you can actually use your Fist of Havoc multiple times per use. Obviously, they've nerfed its abilities. They've nerfed its distance, its splash damage radius, that kind of thing. They've added a few things to it. You can do a charge, which I didn't get to show off there. I was trying to show that off, but before it expired. When you're actually using your form, you can actually charge, kind of like you can with the Sentinel. You also can get things like Aftershock, where you leave a shockwave behind that damages enemies that pass through it, among other things. Also get a little extra height if you jump before you actually slam down, so... Sure, we can get this one. Also, another thing about the Fist of Havoc, when you initiate it, unlike other subclasses that have a form, when you initiate it, your initiation is actually an attack. Whereas when you initiate your Gunslinger or the Sunbreaker or something like that, you just activate the form and then you have to use it. Whereas with the Striker, once you activate it, you're using it as you activate it. So that's kind of that's a big difference. Alright. Shine. Oh, almost had him. Charge back up. It'd be funny if
I'm picking up fallen radio chatter. They're calling reinforcements.
it'd be funny if the fallen pass through these little pillars of light and they actually take damage when they pass through it. Oh, I haven't killed him yet. Got to charge up first. This guy's tough. Looks like the third time I've had to try to trigger it against him. There we go.
Incredible. If that was a test, I think we aced it.
And then pass through the portal when he says that. And you'll be done. We're back in the sludge area.
I'm sure the Traveler called us to the forest deliberately. It's amazing that even a corrupted shard can still do so much good.
And that is the Striker subclass. Will I show the Sunbreaker subclass? I don't know. It really depends. Well, that's all I can say. If I do, then you'll see it. If not, then I guess then you won't. But that's all I've got for now. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the links at the end of this video for more of my stuff. There'll also be a link up here to Zerafia's channel if you want to see what she's done Destiny 2 from her perspective. Which most of the stuff I've been doing as well, but it'll be from her perspective. She'll see things that I did and that kind of stuff. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Like I said, check out the links in the video. And thanks so much for watching. I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade. I'll see you later.